Hi everyone, this is Angelina. Thanks for joining us here today for the very first Smada World webinar of 2020. Brand new year, brand new decade. We're all looking forward to a fabulous year with you in growing our ventures with great promise of profits to everyone. This webinar will be more of a general overview of what we have going on with things like our Boostgroup in You Invest and any updates we can provide in other areas. We do have good technology going on here today, so we're just going to continue our hopes and prayers here that it lasts the duration of our webinar. As usual, there will be a Q&A at the end of the update, so we ask you to please hold your comments and questions until we request them at that time. And yes, we are recording the webinar, so bear in mind we will have that out in between 24 and 48 hours, okay? So now, without any further wait, I'd like to welcome Mr. Noel Adams, our CEO and leader of the Smada team and the founder of Next Level Africa. Welcome to the mic, Noel.
Have issues with power and everything out there. They were off the air for overnight because of the power, so they're just catching up on things. As I talk about this as well, look, this is not scripted. You're hearing it both from my heart and my head. So if it sounds a little bit not polished, it's because it's hard to be getting updated on things and then come up with a complete script. Whilst I'm trying to let members understand the association with everything. So just a quick overview on the relationship between Next Level Africa and the pet coin. If I can compare it to an adoption, someone adopting a child, and you bring that child into your family and you love it, nurture it the same as you would your own child. And that's what the pet coin is for Next Level Africa. It's adopted in, and it's all part of our family, and it will be loved by everyone and just treated as part of the establishment out there on what we're going to do, because the pet coin, the whole operation there, it's once again, it's all connected. We have about approximately 5 major projects that are all getting ready, and some are almost there. But the medical program is there now. And so that's what I want to try and deal with. I want to try and put some dollars on the table for members all the way through. We had a few issues. I mean, this was released. There's been expectations on it. It was released the week before Christmas. This is just the 3rd week this has been going. It seems longer than that to me, because I actually worked right through Christmas doing 15, 16-hour days. I had issues with my family and just the normal stuff out there. So I'm normal like everybody else. I have my Christmas and New Year time, but I knew it was important that we get on top of this, and a lot of things had to be sorted out. And so therefore we look, it just took that time to do it. And some people want to relate this to a Christmas album that's released at Christmas time that everyone goes out the next week and buys it. Well, having to explain this out there, it went into the category, well, if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably not true. And because when you're talking to people about a return of 13,000%, who's going to believe that? You know, who's in the world we're in, the network marketing world, it's just all hype. But this is something that has never been done before, because we don't have the association with the likes of the financial groups that are behind this, that are behind the purchasing of these medical certificates and the patents on them. Where they deal with is our bank. And that's who has brought them to the table out there. It's not the likes of myself. that they the Dr. Wolfgang. Dr. Wolfgang is the face of this whole operation. You check him out on the internet and you'll see that he's a renowned scientist, medical scientist. His wife is the head of EMBO. If you want to check that out, they've got 3,000 researchers that they're about to start presenting this whole concept to them. And his wife does university lecturing, and she's about to start that during the within the next week or two, which has just given us that time to get the little silly things sorted out with what's going on with the technical side of it. So we are slowly getting there. In fact, look, I'm doing a report that will be going directly to Dr. Wolfgang. Everything is under the microscope. Everything we do is under the microscope, and I've been fortunate enough to be made. Look, in the network marketing world, my position would be classified as what we call the master distributor. The master distributor takes the number one spot in the matrix. So that's where I've been placed in the matrix, and that's where it runs into it from there. So what doesn't really happen with a master distributor, that the master distributor starts another group. It's just not heard of. And which takes me to the Boost group that we've started out there, because we stumbled onto that. Angelina put a post in the room because we had an issue with people wanting to join this concept, and they're dealing with the CEX. Some obviously never heard of CEX, and then having their KYC'd. There was a delay on getting them signed up. So we thought we'd help out by just simply putting a notice out there. And Angelina put it out there it was my Christmas Eve. So the next day when the responses came in, what we realized that 80% of those responses were coming in from people that were already members. And one particular person that came in had 50 accounts supporting the various projects in there. So I had to think, hang on, that it's telling me something there. What is this telling me? And one of the issues that I had out there was managing a team build. It's impossible. And when this opened up out there, we tried to direct people into one particular certificate so we could concentrate on that. But look, it was like opening up the doors and letting a whole bunch of kids into a chocolate factory, and me included out there. The people wanted a certificate here, a certificate there, and just jumping around all over the place. That became impossible to do a team build. Because think about this, if I were to say, let's go and do migraine, that'll do, next. There's already 400 or 500 certificates in the migraine. So if we join that, you run across the matrix. It would take it forever to get a return on that. The only one that would get a massive return would be me, because I'm already number one in the thing. So, if I was just out there to make money and people were asking about what certificates should I take, well, just take whatever you like. Take 10 of whatever you like. But I didn't want that. I don't want people jumping around all over the place. I want people to make some money out of this. So what stood out to us when we started getting responses in, there was the opportunity to have a controlled team build, because we have a spreadsheet now and we can see where people are. So that's why the Boost group was developed. I think the name of the Boost group came from Angelina out there. So, we were doing everything on the run, running off each other, backwards and forwards. Then we had to work out how we were going to administer this. So it was trial and error out there. We were crossing over each other, trying to work out. This has all never been done before. We couldn't go to a chemist shop and buy it off the shelf. We had to purposely design this for what we're doing. And so as we got going there with it, we realized we really had something special. A lot of people think that I've just said, right, let's just do another project out there. Let me explain something to you. As master distributor and where this group has been started, it's at the bottom of the matrix. There's nothing at this point flows through to the top position. So I had to set this up. It probably cost me, apart from 15, 16 hours a day over the last couple of weeks, it's probably cost me in terms of dollars, a few $1,000, because I've got programmers working on things that I need out there so we can track things. And we decided to really make this as professional as we could. So consequently, what's going on there at the moment through the Boostgroup, we are actually building two programs at once. We're building the Email Plus program, and we're building the You Invest. Just the You Invest, if we want to consider this on beta at the moment, because the actual name, when it fully goes live, will be called yourprivateequity.com. That will be the name on it, not You Invest. So because of that, I thought we need something that we can relate to and bring it together. So I registered the name yourprivateequity.community. So not confusing the two, your private equity community is something that we own. We'll have a lot of information going on there about our groups and how we want to run this. So it's a bit of a tricky one to try and even explain this to people, because here's me, the master distributor doesn't usually run a group. It just says, I'll support you in what you want to do out there, but I don't run the group because I'm already sitting in the number one spot. Why do I want to do anything with that? So it's a little bit different. That's never been done before out there. But look, I don't know. I think that in my life I've tried to do things that have never been done before, and some have worked, some haven't worked. I don't want to go into where I've been in the 50 years of where I'm at. But nevertheless, you do pick up a lot of knowledge on what has a possibility to work and what doesn't work. So we've just been slowly chipping away at getting this right for the members. Sadly, we've got to put everyone in manually into this. It's a slow process because you've got to be linked to the email program as well as this, so that we're doing it like that. What I decided to do with the Boostgroup is to not let people use, like we've all done, including myself, our Mickey Mouse names. You know, username, I love my cat too. And so we didn't want that. So with our username, the Boostgroup, I've gone for countries and cities and things like that. So when people get paid, and you get paid on the 4 people on your second level, you'll be paid from names like Boostgroup America, Boostgroup England, Boostgroup Japan, Boostgroup China, Ireland, all of that. So it'll be a corporate. If you look on our website that we've got going there, I've got my programmers listing the new members coming into Boostgroup. We do want to welcome the new members out there as well. We have some large teams that are forming in various countries, and I think this people will warm to this when they just realise what we've got going there. So it's just an area that we've been building this on the run. Changed a few things out there. You don't always get it right, but you try to work it in a way that it's going to be manageable. And we believe we are getting there with it. And I do want to thank, every person out there, from Angelina to Karen to Julie, and all the helpers, Luke included in it. And we've just got so many people that are willing to put their hands up. Members now as well. Maxine, everybody is jumping in there to assist people and help their groups come in and understand this, because I've been getting feedback from people, and that openly tell you, and I'll tell you the same thing. Who is going to believe you when you tell them about something like this? And as I get on with this, no one's going to believe. I'll tell you now, no one's going to believe what's going to happen there. I mean, even the company that own this, which is the bank have brought all this together. The same bank that manages our NLA coin, that manages the pet coin, that manages Tingling. they have brought this together. So we're all part of this one big family, and one thing is connected to the other. My job has really been to try and coordinate it out there, and I'm doing the best I can with the assistance of a lot of people. I mean, I can't take credit for all of this out there. Look, I do come up with ideas, and I half the time leave it to other people to go and work out how we do that. So, and I do appreciate that the support that I do get from the people I work with, and the members especially. So it's been just trying to bring this whole thing together. But certainly, the banks, Dr. Wolfgang, and people know about the Boostgroup. They don't exactly know what we're doing with it. We've been running for 10 days. 10 days. Because during the time whenever we were trying to get support organised out there and who was going to be running the support, I kept arguing about it that I wanted to make sure that we could look after the front end of it, and there's a link between the front end and the back end of it, so we wanted to try and do things out there. So just to let you know that the level of trust that we've been given with support, with the UInvest group, their support area is in the admin at uinvest.net. They only have one support at uinvest.net, and that's been given to me. So we can have a direct link into their technical teams, their administration, and have it firsthand that we're in there and we can chase it up. So we're not going from our support that we set up, we're going right into their support area that we've been given. So everybody that works with us will go through that particular support structure, and that's being financed by what we will do with the Email Plus program, because there is a cost for us to do all this, and where the bank love it is that we're not charging them. We've put our hand up to do this, and we'll cover the costs on how we do it. So there's been a very nice relationship in that area. So in saying all of that, it's still all coming together. We are slowly getting on top of it. But the Boost group, when you eventually hear, I'll do a little bit of a presentation on where we're at, what we're doing. I want you to understand that what I'm telling you now represents less than 1% of what is going to happen with the Boost group and things that we'll do. It's suddenly opened up for me. It's the most unique program I've ever been involved with, because of one of the problems with matrices is that they grow so deep that when you go down to the 14th and 15th level, you need 3 times the world's population to fill the next level. And that can be an issue. And so whoever gets on the bottom of a matrix can finish up sitting there and never, ever seeing a downline. So what we've got going here, that can be rectified, and the terminology in the network world is called flipping the matrix. We can do that 1,000,000 times with what I'm about to design out there. So I'm not going to go into all of that just now. We just want to take it in baby steps so people feel comfortable with it. But if anyone puts anything out there that we're going off in a different direction, that have never been so far from the truth. We're heading in the same direction. This is all coupled together, and it's certainly something that's going to be a first in the world. There's no one else that can duplicate what we're about to do. And what the Boost group are doing in the system, it will be impossible. It will cost tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars as this grows to duplicate what the Boost group are doing. And I can't see any other program out there being able to duplicate what we're doing. So the word will get out there. People starting to say, well, it's too good to be true, it can't be true. But look, think about it. It's being backed by the largest banking organization in the world. You can't get better than that. They are the ones that own the pet coin. And the pet coin represented a way for this to be started. It couldn't be started with the jingling at heading towards $1,800 a coin in the marketplace, or NLA for that matter, which we'll go into the NLA in shortly. But so it had to be started from scratch and build up to something. So this is why the pet coin became the coins. Have been in the exchange now for 3 years. It was always going to be used for a project out there. And so that's what this is all about. With the NLA coin, I'll move on to that at the moment. The NLA coin, we are taking a solid stance on the price of the NLA coin on the exchange. I'm just sick and tired of seeing that. The bank tried to put something out in the way of a notice. I told them to get that notice off the exchange because it's a waste of time, an absolute waste of time. So as members, as owners, I'm included in that. We're all part of the same food chain. Is that I want to take a stance on the people that are trying to drag our coin down out there and take control of it again. I want to head this coin right back to the market maker's value, whatever that is. Right now it's $677. That's where I want it. Nowhere else. So we've had a team coming in at the moment that are following my lead. I'll explain in detail there, but consequently, what's happened at the moment in the last 24 to 48 hours, these are not accurate figures because I'd have to go to the exchange and count them up. Somewhere around about 6,000 coins have been purchased from the exchange with the coin group that we've set up, and purchased for approximately $1.26. Those coins back into where we want them, those members that have bought those coins represent about, look, give or take, about $4 million that will go back into the coin values there that people can list them. We're trying to explain how people can list them. And that's been a cost of approximately $7,000 split up amongst members. So if anyone wants to be part of this, you don't need a fortune. $10 will get you in to take control of our coin and get it to where we want it to be. And on the run through, there'll be more profit for people involved in this than ever in the Bitcoin area out there in such a short space of time. You'll see evidence of that as we go, and I'm not interested in having people just simply get a free ride on what they're doing. We're going to be addressing all of that. So really, I just want people that are involved with this. Certainly, you don't have to be involved with it, but I don't want the people that are not involved with it cash in by offering cheap coins out there when we're trying to push the price up, not down. If someone lists a coin out there and then you get some, I call them turkeys, and look, I've probably been frustrated over the last couple of weeks, lack of sleep, and having people probably accusing me of quite a few things that are just not true. And then watching people who have nothing to do with what we're doing just think, well, I'll just cash in on this and away we'll go. I don't want that. If you want to be part of this and you don't want to invest in the coin, don't put the price down. You put the price up. We'll get there sooner or later, but certainly not down. And so that's where we are with it. But look, I'm just going to quickly give you a little bit of a presentation. This is a very short presentation so that you get an idea of what's going on there. Because I'm trying to give you the three concepts we're working on and how they all fit together. As you know, that Dr. Wolfgang is the face of this whole program. He has worked diligently with the banks, and there's certain expectations that need to be achieved out there. And so we want to make sure that happens, and we can do it if we stick together as a team. We are everything is in the Smarter One team. Everything is under Smarter One. People join this program, they are under Smarter One. So back in the time whenever we were starting the Boost group, I went to the programmers because they had a technical issue where members would have seen they had Smarter One as an intro, as a referrer, but it was dropping it. It was dropping it to no referrer. When I spoke to the programmers about it, they said that's not an issue because everybody is under Smarter One. There's only one matrix out there, but each project has a matrix. So everything's under Smarter One, so it didn't matter. So that was okay. I thought, well, that's fine. I didn't want people to be out in the desert. So we got that sorted out. Then 10 days ago, when we were doing the Boost group, we found that people were losing their referrer ID. So I was going from Boost group to no referrer, which put them into the general flow out there, took them out of the Boost group. That became an issue. So when I mentioned to the programmers about it, they said, what are you worried about? Because everyone's still in the same, everyone's under Smarter One. I had to explain to them that the Boost group was an independent group that's in the matrix, but working independently, totally different to how the rest of the community is working out there. And they must stay in that group. So after discussions with them, they realized, because they had to question me, well, what are you worried? I mean, everyone's still under you. I said, yes, but they need to be under the Boost group. So off they went and found out there was coding issues that for some reason dropped the referrer, and they fixed that. But there was quite a number of people that were taken out of the Boost group and put into the general population out there. They are going to be moved back into the system within the next 24 hours. That was my discussion with the development team today. So they're all going to be moved back into the Boost group so that we are made whole again out there. Sadly, that the people won't be placed in the positions where they came out of, because it's really a difficult one for them. So I'm going to make sure that those people are compensated, because some of them are at the high end of the build, and I'm going to make sure those people are compensated for that. We'll make that whole out there. So they can't do it in the system. They have to drag back all the commissions that were paid out throughout the whole system, and that would be I don't want them to spend 6 months doing that. We'll fix it our end. Okay, you might find I'm jumping around because, as I said, it's really non-scripted. It's just coming straight raw, as it were, that you're hearing it there. But that's our man, Dr. Wolfgang. I can't speak about any names of the financial party, the consortium of financial professionals that are behind purchasing the certificate, but it's quite a substantial group, and companies that deal in virtually billions and billions of dollars. They're involved with this. Okay, what we actually have is that we have many people wanting to join this incredible program, but the main holdup has been the registration process from CoinExchange, the CEX and the KYC component of it. We're always looking at ways we can help our community. Now, this package will include a fully paid level 1 certificate in the stonemason's disease, fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. Now, let's just call it FOP. It's easy. So when you join, you receive a certificate that has an estimated value of $3,376. And what I heard today from the development team, there are 2 projects getting very, very close to completion. So there's going to be some money that will be made available to pay out on certificates. I don't know which they are. I'm hoping to find out, and I will find out later this week, but they are very close. So the first of the certificates might happen very soon. And if that happens, I think the reality of what people have just become involved with will certainly stand out. So with that, they're placed into a 2x2 force-fed matrix in the You Invest program. They also receive a personalized Next Level Africa email address, plus you are placed in the 4x7 force-fed matrix, the Email Plus Income program, which is in the process of getting ready for launch, plus 6 months paid auto ship for the price of $95. Now, some people have compared that to we're selling coins. This is a total package that you can pay $95. You are managed. You are. We pay particular attention when we're doing, because we will be doing further bills and flipping this around, so people on the bottom will become higher into the matrix. We want to make sure that we share the wealth out there, and we can do this by managing it. We can't do it by people just willy-nilly running around taking certificates all over the place. So that is a package of $95. Now, our community website, yourprivateequity.community, we have a welcome page there. We're building this now. So the site has been set up. I've got developers working on that site. I work directly with them to get our things together. So it's slowly coming in there, but nevertheless, we've got the listing there. You'll see it grow with the membership listing, and we have a bit of a welcome letter for them so people can understand where we are. But on there as well, there is the form that you would fill out to be part of the Boost Group. You can't join the Boost Group just through the general links out there. It's then all processed, and we get the email linked to it, so your username and email will be the same. We're trying to do this as professional as we can, so there'll be a name of a country or a city that we'll have out there, and you know, but we're now getting obviously people wanting the same country, so it's coming into country, you know, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I think Singapore now is on 20. So there's just an area out there that will start to increase, and you'll see where a lot of the activity is coming from. So, you know, we feel that we've got something special. But nevertheless, if you want to be part of yourprivateequity.community, and register on there. I've got to remember how I put this presentation together and what's coming next. It's probably going to surprise me when it comes up. I haven't had a chance to really go over it. What I wanted to show there, I'm showing what the price of the pet coin was when it first traded on the exchange in the Bitcoin market. You can see there on the 10th of the 3rd, the first trade on that was 0.00012, which is approximately, depending on the price of Bitcoin at the time, it's about 80 cents. All right, so that's approximately about 80 cents from there, and if you look at it now, you'll see trading on it there. It's certainly come up a bit from 80 cents. So the price at the moment is heading towards about $3, but that could change. It's a bit like nothing heads straight up and never levels out or comes down. But what you find is that it goes up, comes back a bit, then it goes up higher than where it was, comes back but never down to as low, then it goes up again higher. So it just gradually, it's like you know, 1 step back and 2 steps forward on the pricing structure. So eventually you'll start seeing some fairly significant increases in the price of the thing where it's going. So we just feel that we are certainly on the right track to to be there with it. Anyway, this is where it gets a little bit exciting. So you might have to get your own calculators out on this. Currently, when I say currently, I think in the last day or so, I just took this snapshot from the exchange. So this is the sell orders, And as you can see from when the coin first started, we are now heading towards the 0.0035, which is approximately about $2.70 plus a coin, depending on the price of Bitcoin, which, you know, that's where it is. You can see it from there. It's heading up, people bringing coins in at the 4s and the 6 and the 7s and the 10, and away it goes. And so what the significance is on this is that, and this is a significance with the Boost group. I want you to try and visualize this. I've just done this slide table out there. You imagine if the coin were $3, and we're talking about the FOP program because that's the cheapest one that you can get into. So any of the others, you can work out the price or the amount of coins you need to come up with how many you would need. So imagine if you paid $3 and you purchased 8 coins, which is $24. The Boost group, to enter the Boost group, and you get a package, is $95. So people have compared that to, wow, that's a big difference in it, because maybe I don't want an email. Maybe I don't want all the other things. I just want to join. Well, because we manage it, there's an administration, there's a whole cost. It's almost like saying to a farmer, how much does it cost to grow that carrot? And he tells them 5 cents. Well, how come it's 50 cents in the shops? Well, because there's handling, there's administration, a lot of things happen with it. So to join through the Boost group, you would be, if you just wanted to compare the medical program itself, you'd be minus $71 if you wanted to look at it that way. But let's go another thing too. Let's say the coin went to $6 a coin. You can see there's $6 a coin. So 8 coins, we got $48. $95 into the Boost group. So you're out of pocket $47 if it were. Let's say the coin went to $10, starting to get a bit closer now. The Boost group at 95 in comparison to the $80 it cost you. And incidentally, these are all figures. The Boost group is a net figure. The others there, you remember, you've got to pay fees on that because everything comes from the exchange, and you've got to get Bitcoin in there and then ship the coins out. And there's people having issues with some of their coin deliveries and things like that. But with the Boost group, that's what it is. $95. There's no additional fee on that, so that's where it is. Let's just jump up to $12. If the coin went to $12, 8 coins, $96. Joining the Boost group, you are saving $1 rather than join through the company. And this is the first time this has ever been done. When I told the developers about it, they thought I was doing a special deal with the bank for them to give me the coins for nothing. But that's not the case. I buy the coins like everybody else off the exchange. And if the coin goes to $12, and that's what it is, I've got to pay $12 for it. So there's nothing underhanded here. That's just where it is. I'm going to jump a bit further now and go to the $50. Imagine if the coin went to $50, and I personally can see it there because this has been their major issue. Coin goes to $50, 8 coins, that'd be $400 to join something like the FOP. If you want to join the type 2 diabetes, it'd be $1,750. When we first joined that, it was $60. The Boost group still charging $95. Who wouldn't want to be part of the Boost group? You're saving $305 on your one entry into the FOP. And with the Boost group, remember this, we insist that nobody puts 1 more cent into it. We are going to build your business without you putting any further into it. I'll jump up a bit higher now, the $100, $800 it costs you just to join the FOP. The price on the Boost group, $95. You're $705 better off to join that one project. I'll go to the extreme now, $1,000 a coin. 8 coins, that'd be $8,000 to join. Look, the FOP probably won't be there, it'll be completed by the time it gets to $1,000, but nevertheless, whatever project is there, whatever coins you need, if you buy it through the company, you'll pay $1,000 a coin to join your project. Imagine doing that and joining something that was 35 coins. It'd be $35,000 for just one level 1 certificate. They're trying to work out how they were going to get around that. And they're still scratching their heads as to how we can charge $95 for the same thing that you would pay $8,000 buying it from the company. Never heard of. Can't be done. Impossible. You tell people that, they forget it. The person's in a dream world to even consider that. But let me tell you this, I have studied this, pulled it apart, and been up night after night working out how to do this. And believe you me, I can do it. And I'll just add this in as well. What I'm showing you there now is less than 1% of the potential of what we are talking about. Haven't even started yet with it. So just be aware that this is going to have huge numbers. I've got a report going directly to Dr. Wolfgang. I won't be telling them how we're doing this. This is something that will be held within the Boostgroup. The members will get to know. They'll feel comfortable with it. But what you're looking at there, you'll have people telling you it's impossible. And I like that. I like to try and do the impossible. Let's just have a move on now to the NLA component of this, all right? Now, what we're looking at there is that I started this off actually, and we're looking at, we've got the blue side and the red side, the sell orders and the buy orders. On the blue side, that's somebody that's listed a coin there at 0.0025. And look, I'm not doing the exact calculation on it, but I'm guessing at figures here because it's not going to be correct because the price of Bitcoin could be different. That could be about $1.40 a coin somebody's selling. It's a slap in the face to all of us that are invested in the NLA coin. If you're holding NLA coins and someone's doing that, it's a major slap in the face. So what I did, I put a buy order and I said, well, I'm willing to pay the zeros too. So I put that in there, 1,456 coins, and somebody sold me. So I then was able to buy 1,456 coins at something like $1.50 or less than that, $1.30, I'm sorry, yeah, $1.30. It wasn't the fact of the person over there selling, and I'm talking 10 cents a coin. This wasn't what this exercise was about. This is about taking control. We want the ball. Control the ball, you control the game. And that's where it is. A lot of people, well, don't know, some people do, but I spent nearly 20 years trying to be a professional snooker player. In snooker, you really have to control the ball. You have to play position and put it where it is, and you've got to think 4 or 5 shots ahead. So some of the people out there that play snooker, they are strategists. It's like playing a game of chess, but you have to put the ball where you want the thing to be, because it's all about your next shot, not the one you're on. It's making each shot easy. So all I'm getting at is that this is a strategy that's going on here now that will take us right to where we want to be, the coin at the market maker's value at $677, not $1.50. I think that's, well, there are no words for it. There are no words. These are people that are just dumping and don't want to get out. Well, we're going to get them out a bit quicker because of what they're doing there. Now, you'll see here, we got a bit cheekier again and started listing the coins. So anyone that joins this And you can do it for $10. I'm not asking people to tell me what they put in. I'm not asking people to put in, mortgage their house and do it. If you've got whatever you've got out there, it could be $10, you can become part of this. But most definitely do not buy any coins on the blue side, the sell orders. Don't touch that. We're going to be, as a group, we're going to be making an offer out there, and we'll gradually increase it to wipe out all of these coins. And what I've mentioned to members out there is that if they want to list the coins back on there, they can do what you want. Once you buy the coins, you can do what you want with them. What I've suggested, it started there, and you can see people there. Someone's jumped in. I'll just jump in here early. 0.06738 000. If you work that out on value, that's about $500 a coin. All right. That was the next listing from the silly stuff, the $40s, $50s, all that sort of stuff. So somebody's then jumped in with a 0.066, decided I'll just put this out there and see if I can cash in on it. So all I'm getting at is that do not buy any coins from the sell orders. We are going to systematically move up through that. If we're not getting any bites on the lower prices, we'll come up a little bit. Maybe go to the 0.18, maybe 17.1, who knows. But coming up in little bits. Then when you've got the coins, it's your call to whether you want to list the coins or keep them or do a bit of each. Because we are heading for that 677. Because what's causing us to be able to do this, I'll tell you now, is the pet coin. It's the pet coin that's allowing us to do it, because remember I mentioned to you about me being the master distributor. There's no secret on that I'm probably in line to be collecting 100,000 plus per month. And I'll tell you now, that money is going to be used to get this NLA coin back online. So if anybody wants to join me in this, certainly do it, because I'll be doing it. Because eventually, so my background, I'm a retailer. And what retailers do, they buy off wholesalers and they sell at retail. That's why you're called a retailer. So this is really, that's all it is. To simplify it, you're becoming a retailer. Because if I buy a coin off the exchange, let's assume something. Let's go all the way up to the market maker's value. And I'm going to round this off and call it $700 a coin. So I go in and I'm able to liquidate some of the coins I've got from the pet coin. And I'm just dealing with it with the pet. We've got the e-commerce, we've got the email, we've got NLA, but I'm not dealing with those because I'm just dealing with what we've got. It's called now. Do with what we've got now. So let's supposing I buy the coin for $700. I then have a choice with the coin. I can keep it, or let's say I want to resell it. I will list it back on the exchange. Just for the sake of an argument, I'd put it up there for $800. Now, for everybody that sells coins, because what you're doing is you're showing trading on the NLA coin, which is going to attract people. $1.40 a coin that no one's to be attracted, they think it's a joke. So having investors look at movement on the coin, what you're doing is that you're increasing its value. So you're throwing that money at it. When it comes your turn to receive that back, you get the money back. At that point then, that the coin could be, once again, $800. So you buy another one when it becomes your turn, and then listed at whatever. I'm just using figures here of $900. Could go more. As this starts to go, we can actually push it up past what the market maker sets the value at, because the market maker sets the coin at the trading of the coin. There is a mathematical equation they use to come up with the price. They don't just pluck it out of the air. So the market maker actually sets the price on the coin. So if we pushed it up where he set it at $700, I'm using an example, and we're all of a sudden set it up there and we're paying $800 and $900 for the coin, the market maker sets the value of the coin at $800 and $900. So therefore, we are in control of where our coin goes, and I don't want to be in control of having it on $1.40. So look, with that, I'm going to hand this back to Angelina. If we have any questions there, I'll answer what I can. But try to focus on what I've said here, not what we've got coming up. I don't want to be dealing with all of the people asking me about. I guess where I'm coming from, I don't want to know about the investors. The bank have told me that they're there and things are happening. I don't care. I've had it. I've had it with the investors. We are the investors. So we're going to take control of this and get our coin to where we need to have it so we can realize the investment that we all started off with 4 or 5 years ago now. Okay, with that, I'm going to hand this back over to Angelina to coordinate any talks on it. And I see someone there managed to get a sale last night. I think there was about 1,300 or 1,400 coins purchased, NLA coins, for that magic $1.26. $1.26. Oh, we love the dumpers. So we've got the boosters against the dumpsters. Boosters 1-0. Okay, I'll turn it back to Angelina. Thank you.
Questions coming in, and the first question that I can see would be from Philip, saying the members that bought positions in UInvest before the Boostgroup team, can we be placed back in the Boostgroup? No, you have to come in through the enrollment process in the Boostgroup. Philip, okay. How long will the Boost program be going on from Orlando? Oh my gosh, it'll go on for, as Noel said, indefinitely. We're having a great time. Thank you for all of the support comments that are coming in as well. The question here from Yoda. How is it going with the coin balances to get the matrix, the NL8 matrix going? Well, Noel, I'm going to let you jump in with an answer on that and going forward. And that's from Yoda, if you can see that comment there, okay? And back over to you, Noel.
A bit of pressure on them to get something going. I want everyone to understand, if there were a name of what you thought, or a person that you thought wanted this NLA program to be going any better than anybody else, what name would you come up with? I know what name I would come up with. It's called Noel. Everything that you're wanting there, I want it tenfold. I can only put so much pressure on the bank, so I'm running with the energy. And remember this, that this program is all attached to where we want to be with it. So I would love to wake up tomorrow and the balances were there and we could move on with it. But I'm not going to be trying to lose sleep over that. I just need to make sure that we move in a positive direction. Tim said, what about people like me who paid for the pet coins with our NLA coins from our site? Do we have to pay $95 also to be part of the Boostgroup? Tim, you don't have to be part of the Boostgroup. I'm just saying that's where the Boostgroup's going. If you continue in the system out there and the coin goes to, let me see, I don't know, $20 a coin, for you to join one of the other projects with the 35 coins, you're going to have to pay $20 a coin for it. So you might find that you're up for about $700 to join something like Diabetes 2. The Boost Group will look very attractive then. And remember, we are building with the, the idea we're building 2 programs, because eventually, I'll tell you now, every person that joins the medical program will become part of the Boost Group eventually, because the programmers, the developers, the people that own this will be directing them to have a talk to our support group. And in doing that, we'll show them an easier way to be able to do it. Magdi, how are the withdrawals of PET from you invest into works? I have a withdrawal pending for about a week. I send a ticket in. Magdi, look, the bank have got to pass all of that. If you've got, what I suggest you do is that I'll have it cancelled, and I would prefer just to, I'll buy the coins off you, and because we'll leave them in the system. And anyway, that's where it is. So, but anyone that's under Smada and in the general, population out there, they're not in the desert. Anyone that joins the whole system will come in through Smada One. It's just that we have got this group being set up, so it might be a bit complicated, but you will understand. So if you go to the site and you sign up to the projects out there, you will come in through the Smada One. So people coming in will go to the bottom of that matrix. But remember, there's 10 matrices running now. So they may not join and go under your mate. They may take another, selection, another certificate selection. So we have no idea where they're going, but we have with the Boost Group, it's directing people to work on the one project so that we can achieve it. Yoda's saying there are so many stupid prices. How can it be possible to clean it all up? Just watch this space. That's all I can say. Watch this space. What have we got here? Am I likely to sell by doing a sell order for duck? Or, okay. Look, one of the problems with the duck sale out there is because you need to put a fair bit in order to purchase coin, because the bank wire fees, the fees that the bank charge for the duck, that you finish up losing a little bit in there. So unless you're going to be putting in enough duck to buy a few hundred coins, I wouldn't be bothered. We are just working on the Bitcoin section at the moment. It's easier for us to work that because people can come in with $10. You can't do that in the duck. But both are connected. If people see what's going on with the Bitcoin component of it, the duck area will certainly change, and we'll start working on that when we're ready. Where are we here? If a lot of people are getting moved from you invest into the, no one's being moved. Where you sign up is where you stay. If you sign up in the general population, that's where you are. You're under the Smada One in that group. And if you join the Boost Group, you're in the Boost Group. Does that mean that people in the Boost Group will get commissions faster? I believe they will, because we are doing it. You consider this. If you jump all over the place, which people have, and you might decide to take on, let's say you take on the FOP as a join, you don't know if the next person that joins is going to take on that or take on some other project. So you have no idea. Everyone that joins the Boost Group goes into the FOP certificate. We know that because that's where they're placed. And we won't let anyone put any more coins in. We won't let anyone take off and register for another. If you want to kick your heels up and do what you like, you do it in the general population under Smada One. But in the Boost Group, you follow our instructions and we will get you to income very, very quick. And once we start with income, it just continues. So I would say that that in the Boost Group is going to be where the major income structure will come from. Yes, look, that we should be in control of our coins. Certainly, was it the ridiculous thing that's going on there now? So we'll get on top of that. So when will CEX be released to the public? Well, it is now. Anyone can join CEX. You just got to fill it out, and if they don't know about it, go and tell them about it. Okay, you go to, and when what caused the people in the Boostgroup program to get placed into the U-Invest, mate? There's only one matrix, all right? There's one matrix. People that join the Boostgroup are in the matrix, but they're in the group of Boostgroup. Anyone can start a group. Anyone can do that. So when you join, you're in a group, but everyone is under Smada one matrix. Gary's asking, how can he be involved in buying the cheap NLA coins? Just simply get some Bitcoin, put the Bitcoin in there. Yesterday, I assisted somebody who wanted to be part of purchasing the coin. I assisted them with, $500 worth of Bitcoin. I won't mention the person's name. They know who they are. And it worked out because I purchased the Bitcoin, my site over here, and put it in there for them. We got 366 coins. I think we were advertising there at the 017. Within, I thought I didn't put the list up there. Within 1 second of me listing it, the coins were sold. So the person now owned 366 coins. If they listed those coins back out there, that was $183,000 for an investment of 500. And that's going to be realized out there. That will definitely happen. We'll make sure of that. So then I was assisting somebody else later in the afternoon. I won't mention that as he's very well known in our group. He had just had some odd Bitcoin already in the exchange, and I was helping him set up. So he made an offer to buy the coins. I think it worked out about 177 coins. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, it was so quick I can't remember. I only was screen sharing with him. He had listed those coins out there. Within a space of a second and a half, somebody sold him the coins at that price. So, as a group, we will get rid of these coins. We will most definitely. No one's got an endless supply of the coins at that price. They're going to run out. And when they run out, realistic things will start happening in the exchange. So, Gary, all you need to do is to go in there. Remember this, always list on the right-hand side, the red side, and make an offer to buy the coins at 0.0017. That's it, to join. That could be the 669 coins there, could be one person or a number of people that have joined that. All right, we just sit on that. Once we're not making sales on that, then we'll readjust where we're going. I mean, the way they went so quick yesterday, I was thinking about putting some out there for the 0.015. They went that quick because what we're actually doing is we're letting these dumpers get amongst themselves, play around with themselves on it, so that they can they'll sit there like whoever was there yesterday with their finger on the trigger ready to go because they might miss out. Phil's asked, so the U-Invest members are out in the desert not being in the team boost. The answer to that is no. Is no. If anybody joins from anywhere in the world, they'll go into the general area, which is under Smada One. So people in that area are certainly going to be recipients of whatever it is, but there's 10 certificates. So I don't know where they're going to join. I've got a crystal ball to say someone in the US is just joining now, and which certificate are they going to buy? Wouldn't have a clue. I do know in the Boostgroup. So no one's in the desert, just that we could never do a team. How do you do a team build? Someone tell me how to do a team build the way it is now. Do I tell everyone just go and join a particular? I did do that. join the diabetes when we first started because it was about a $50 join on that. But people jumped around all over the place, which made it impossible to then to do a team build. So we had to take control back, and that's all this is, about managing the members. Jeffrey, a webinar or two, we're going back now. A webinar or two ago, you stated that having acquired the e-commerce, we're talking about that this week actually, the banks are jumping up in the air. And as I mentioned before, there is a $55 billion account that we're looking to get signed over to us so we can start dishing money out. So that's something we're in serious talks about that this week, because now that they've managed to get the medical program off the ground, we need to address the e-commerce. But I'm trying to work on the hand that we've got, not talking about the potentials out there, but that's the things we're also doing the email. We've got other things on the drawing board as well. But right now, I like to play the hand that we've got there rather than be talking about where we're at. But nevertheless, the e-commerce will not be too far away. I'm hoping to get the okay on. But as soon as I say a particular time, people come, yeah, you said it'll be happening tomorrow. Well, once we meet with the banks, and they're just coming back. They're just back this week. So we're meeting with them to see when we can start this whole process. Jackie, to clarify the boosters of the coin, to be part of this, we needed to have Bitcoin to participate. The Petcoin is not usable. No, it's Bitcoin, Jackie. So you need to either purchase or somehow come up with Bitcoin to go on there. Yeah, I'm not addressing NLA at the moment there, Andrew. We'll talk about it another time. There's things out there that we obviously need to get completed there, and they're just coming back now. So I haven't been updated on that, but we're still wanting to do it. Craig's asking that if we had $1,000 in Bitcoin, would we be buying NLA PET on CEX? You might want to split yourself on that. I mean, I don't know what $1,000 represents to you on a fast return on it, but you might want to split yourself on it. And what I'd strongly recommend is that you look for starters 50-50. You might want to go 60-40 or 70-30 one way or the other, but I'd split it at the moment and look at purchasing, just joining in the purchase, just in that, as I said, the 0.017. Never buy off. I don't care what the prices are on the other side there. But you'll see there that when this caption was taken, that there's no 0.002 forward. But I think they're back again now. The last I looked, and you find that they'll jump in and out if they're not selling there, because they don't want to sell to us at the 1.7. But that's what we're prepared to pay. So that's all. So just stick with joining that buyers. Don't put them higher, don't put them lower, just on 1.7 at this stage. You're likely to sell your NLA coins. Well, we're not buying anything off there. So we are, if you want to sell your coins for $1.20 or $1.26, yes, that's what we're buying them for. So if you want to do it that, then they're up there. You can do it. But we just started 2 days ago. We started on this, working through it. So let's give it a week to see where we're at with it, and then you can decide where you're going from there. We're going to force the price up, though. Carolyn, if you already have an NLA email and want to join the Boost group, will I have to get another? Well, you will. Every email, let's supposing, I'm just using this as an example. Let's supposing that you joined and your state or country you're at was, it doesn't matter, England, that'll do. So you would be Boost Group England, whatever that is, that would also be your email. So you'd have the Boost Group username, England, and Boost Group England as your email, because that's the only way we can track usernames as against to having the the email attached to it, so we know exactly where we are with it. I'm trying to wind this up now because I don't like the call to go too long. People can't be sitting on these calls. We've gone over the hour now. Alenda, with the Boost Group, are you directing which project is next to move? Right now, it's the FOP, and once we're ready to go, we'll be inviting people to the next one. All you're doing, once you're set up there, all you're doing is clicking the project. There's no more setup from there, so it'll be easier to move people into the next. But in saying that, please do not join any other certificate out there. If you do it from the Boost Group and you'll go over there by yourself, you will be in the desert on that one. So do not preempt and just go over and join a project. When we're ready to do, we'll do it as a group, and away we'll go. But if anyone does it independently, they'll just be simply in the desert. Okay. I think people are starting to understand a little bit more about where we're going with it. Yeah, look, we want to start winding up now because I don't want to keep people here too long. Margaret, with the FOP project in the Boost Group is correct, do we then have to register for the next project, or do we stay in the matrix? Margaret, with this, when the FOP is over, we will know when it's over, and we'll have started into another certificate. All right, so don't worry. You won't have to worry. There's only each certificate has its own matrix. There's 10 matrices going on there in the system now, and so that's for each one. Each certificate has its own matrix. So when that's finished, then the matrix is finished, and we go from there. The people in the system now that are in FOP above the Boost Group, eventually as we start building the Boost Group and they start upgrading to higher level certificates, people above them will start to benefit. Oh yeah, big time. There's going to be a lot of activity. You'll start seeing people paying you with high level certificates from virtually all over the world. And that's where you'll see it. So anyway, all right, probably last question now. Mark, when can you finally start up, since two things you spoke of in many months ago and today you felt was not the time to talk about? Look, once again, it is a priority for me on that as well, but I can only go so far. I'm waiting on the things that the banks can do out there, so I don't want to repeat this all the time. When we're ready to go on that, we'll bring it up. But right now, it's in the hands of the bank, and there's a lot of areas out there that I don't like about having things with the banks, but therefore, you've got to take the good with the bad. This journey is all about rough road and smooth road. And yeah, we'll take it either way, but as long as we get a good run of smooth road, and that's what's coming with what we're doing right now. I'm going to hand this back to Angelina. I do want to thank everybody for turning up. I hope I've cleared up a few of the things with it there. We are, if you go in to register and you want to become part of the Boost Group, because people will, believe you me, as these coins go up, and there's talk about that very, very shortly, the coins going up. And with what the marketing is going to be going on with the doctor's crew out there, the coins will be up. People will be looking to become part of the Boost Group. So the faster you get into it, the faster you're going to be in income, I believe. Thank you very much again, everybody. Have a great day.
So thank you once again for being with us, and please watch for updates coming soon through the Skype rooms. Thank you again. Bye for now.